Yeah. All right, everyone, how's it going? We are in round 6 now. Very, very fast drivers on the grid tonight. This is going to be our fastest race of the season in terms of everyone is putting in their best.
I've been a little bit of fanboying over this myself. So we got Mikhail Hizal in the house tonight, TRL Limitless. Obviously, you may know him from GT World Series fame. He has won it a few times, I think, isn't it? Once or twice. Yeah. Definitely won it once. But yeah, very insanely fast driver. As is everybody else in this room at the moment. We got Ahmed. Ahmed currently with the provisional fastest time for 153.6. And then Sobolewski we saw before. He was, yeah, indeed. He missed out by a whisker, didn't he, last week? And actually had quite a shock of a race, did Ahmed, if I remember rightly. He had a really good one the week before, wasn't it, when he was fighting against Emzine? But yeah, last week, I don't think him and the track gelled very well. Yeah.
Hizal or Limitless is what his PSN is. Like Vex said, he's a GT World Series champion in esports, so we've never had someone that quick in ALR before, so I'll be really interested to see what he can do. He's racing for Pegasus tonight, so remember, Pegasus are P7 in the standings. It's not impossible for them to qualify. Basically, they've managed to recruit one of the fastest drivers ever in GT to try and do the job. If he gets pole position, wins and gets the fastest lap, that would put Pegasus 2 points ahead of Aero GT, who are currently in 5th. Wow. And then it's just up to the other 2 drivers to essentially outscore the 3 Aero drivers, and Pegasus can actually get into the top 5 if that scenario ends up happening. So really all to play for here. We'll have to keep an eye out as well for Pung and Pumpkin Patch, who are Hizal's teammates tonight, to see how they can do in qualifying.
So
neither of them have been in neither of them have been in lobby A yet. So yeah, really important 10 minutes coming up for them, and for Aero GT, who are qualifying in lobby A tonight, and for V2, who are just a few points behind Aero, so they're not out of the picture either. So I think it's a 3-way fight for that final spot. Okay,
so how are the standings looking at the moment? So
we've got Halix are still on top.
Halix are still on top after last week, yeah.
Yep, Halix are doing pretty well. They got 286 points. That's 40 more than Project Platypus. And then Arix and Feel Good Racing are pretty close behind as well. Those 4 are already qualified for the final 2 rounds, and we've just got 1 spot left.
Okay. So welcome along, Pumpkin, Pegasus. Sorry, I saw you pop up there as we were chatting about the teams. Welcome along, and every other viewer as well. We've got 17 people in the house tonight, so welcome along, everyone. Obviously, if this is your first time, we are the Aero League Racing. This is the Esports series. I'm obviously your boy Vex, this Vex man, and we have Ross Form here of Aero League Racing fame as well. So yeah, Ahmed's still currently with the fastest time on the board in practice. Obviously, we'll go to qualifying around about 8 o'clock. Oh, it'll definitely be a fun evening, Pegasus. I think you're in for a blast. As I say, we've got some really very fast drivers in this lobby as well as lobby A. Obviously, we do have the shuffle after qualifying, so some of the faster drivers from here we may not get to see in the race. You'll have to watch the lobby A race if you want to see that, but still going to be a very good one. Anyway, we've had some absolutely cracking racing so far this season. Emzine's in the house. Welcome along, Emzine. Hope you're doing okay, buddy. So yeah, obviously we're just waiting for qualifying, which will be in about 5 minutes. Well, it's about 4 minutes time now.
Yeah, we've got a few minutes left. Do you wanna? Let's do a rundown of who's racing in this lobby at the moment. So for Falcon, we've got GT Ahmed, who's looks like he's been putting in the practice here, setting some really quick times, nearly in the well, he's actually 8/10 off of Hizal's time. Hizal's on a 53 flat.
Oh, yeah,
I think
Hizal's
Ahmed was on a
53.8,
which was still a very decent time. So yeah, expecting maybe 52s from Hizal in qualifying here. Ahmed's teammates tonight are Pasty, tier 4 driver in ALR, and also I think Fatban's here as well. So tier 1's Fatban, yeah, there he is.
In the pits, but he's got the Falcon livery obviously on board. Pegasus says, hope you like the livery for tonight or something, I think. Or hope you like the look for tonight. Yeah, they've got a bit different
in the livery for tonight. Yeah, I noticed that.
That's the Cavar. That is not the one.
P6 will
P6
have it, yeah.
Okay, cool. So yeah, it is different, isn't it? They're sporting the Dubby, obviously the Dubby sponsorship there. Pung actually currently carrying a 1 second penalty. Obviously still practice as well, so hopefully he won't carry that into qualifying in the race. Evening, Gilles. Welcome along, mate. Hope you're doing good, buddy. Yeah. Sorry,
Gilles raced
Ross.
last week as well, didn't he? He was
yes,
for
he
Falcon,
did. Yeah.
But he stepped aside for Ahmed and Fatban and Pasti here. So they're hoping to finish the season strongly. They started strongly in Atlanta and then have shuffled down the order a little bit. So they'll be hoping to finish their first season in esports strongly. And then for V2, we've got Snipes, who's in second place there. We could call him Snipes.
Okay.
We've also got Eroticos.
Eroticos is further down the grid, I believe.
Yeah, I think
Welcome
he is
along,
at the
Alejandro. In fact, he's in the pits actually. So he's in the pits at the moment. It's Eroticos. He's in the GTR.
He is, and I think we might have Skyline as well, German driver called Skyline. Oh, he's at the top at the moment, so he's looking pretty quick.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so 1/10 off of... No, he's not. Or is he? No, he's not 1/10 off of... We can't see the time between him and his
Yeah, it's because the other guys went back in the pits, unfortunately.
I think his fastest looks like a 54.5, so yeah, a little bit off the pace.
Yeah, he's got some time to
Fizal's pace.
Sure.
But I think it's only going to be the guys that get into the 53s, isn't it, that probably move up into Lobby A.
Yeah, 53s for sure. Potentially the low 54s is the cutoff, I think.
I think Ahmed was up there at one point as well, wasn't he? So
Ahmed was in the 53s, so if he could do that again, he should be comfortable. Yeah. Then for Panthera, excuse me, we've only got two for tonight. That's Eroticos and Alvarez. This is actually Panthera's last esports race. They're not going to be competing next season. Just got confirmed to be today, so we'll be on the hunt for a new 10th team. So if you're watching this and you've got an esports team or you know one that would quite enjoy racing in ALR, please let us know in Discord and we can see what we can sort out for next season. Got plenty of time before next season starts though, like over a month away.
That's right. And was that the final team?
No, we got Kavar as well.
Oh, so yeah, obviously we got the Kavar boys. We got Kavar Burnsy Poo in the house. We got Fluffy Butt. Fluffy Butt in that alpha. He's been very, very fast in the alpha, hasn't he? He's been, been doing some good stuff.
Yeah, impressive.
Had
because
some very good results.
The alpha is one of the best cars on the grid. So definitely. I'm wondering if they could take a step forward next season with maybe a different car choice.
I think the other two, Hollywood, who is in the Supra, and then we have Burnsy Poo also. Oh no, Burnsy Poo in the Porsche.
Oh yeah, the Porsche will be good round here.
In my lobby.
so Auto Ration says, guys, you won't believe this, but GTWS champion Mikhail Hizal is in my lobby. Yeah, he is definitely here. Auto Ration, we welcome you along, Mikhail Hizal. Nice to have you on board, mate. I think that's definitely going to be an interesting race as well. We may lose some viewers, obviously, as they hop over to Lobby A, but...
Hey, they've got more than one screen. I'm sure you can watch both at the same time.
Yeah, for sure. But we're definitely going to have some classic racing here again this evening. So we are... Where are we tonight? We're at Maggiore. So Maggiore is a very,
really,
very
it's a really good track. It's quite high on tyre wear as well. So even though we're on like 2 times for esports, it's... it's going to be interesting.
I think it is definitely going to be an interesting one, isn't it? I believe, we've got Big Banky Boy, isn't it? Big Banky Boy making an appearance in this race. Trying to see, the big, the big sweeping.
I was like,
Michael. So Michael Beaumont says, hi guys, and then Gilles says, better watch out lads at this rate. But Jimmy Broadbent will be coming for the comms job at this rate. Yeah, you never know. Be nice to have Jimmy pop his head in.
Yeah, we could do some co-comms with Jimmy.
So this is it. This is going to be qualifying now. So we've got the lobby reset. We will go and find Auto Ration. He should technically be the first person out of the pits, but he may throw a spanner in the works like BX did the other couple of weeks ago. I was like, we'll go on board with BX as tradition, and then somebody else came out before him. I was like, oh, okay.
That's a strange one. Just giving up prime position on track.
That's right. But yeah, we're currently on board with Auto Ration in the Renault RS01.
Have fun all.
Should be a good car around here because where the Renault struggles is the top speed, but you don't ever get that fast around Lago Maggiore, and it's also incredibly good on tyres, so could be a good night for Auto.
That's right. You might have to repeat that, Ross, because we had a few comments coming up, and I still haven't turned off a robot lady yet. No, we haven't sacked her off yet. At least we've not had any spammers like we were getting a few weeks ago. That was kind of funny though.
Yeah, it was actually.
And we haven't got wet fish. Was it wet fish? Something fish?
Yeah, he was another Pegasus driver, so he's made way for his AL tonight. It looks like he got a really good result in Lobby A last week.
Yes,
solidly
that's
in the
right.
top 10, him and Richard.
Yeah, because he ended up moving up to Lobby A, obviously, and yeah, still pulled it out the bag.
Yeah, I get a break from trying to have to pronounce that.
I can't quite remember what it was now. So yeah, obviously we've got Auto Ration, we have Fluffy Butt, Burnsy Poo, Skyline, Alvarez, Fatban, Ahmed, Sobolewski or Snipes, Patch, Pung,
Sorry face with tears of joy.
Hollywood, Eroticos. Now you're good, Pegasus, you're all good, mate. Mikao, and Pasty. Everyone's still coming up to finish their first out lap, so Auto Ration will be the first one to start his flying lap. We're still on board with him for his first lap. I think Fluffy Butt, if he gets any closer, he's going to start picking up that slip, isn't he?
Yeah, he could definitely get the slip by the end of the lap if he outpaces Otto a little bit here. It looks pretty tidy around the first few corners for Otto.
And everyone does seem to be leaving plenty of space at the moment. There's a nice, you see the gap is, well, the gaps between the cars on the track map are fairly evenly spaced out. Which is kind of a weird thing, isn't it? Normally people try and sort of keep as close as they can to maximise that, you know, the slipstream, but then really you want to be catching it towards the end of the lap, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to catch them in the middle of the lap because the dirty air is pretty bad if you get too close. So Otto have a little wobble there around that really difficult right-hander at the bottom of the hill, but he saved it, and he did, but it might have lost him a couple of tenths.
Yeah, that double S there is one of my least favourite parts of the track, I've got to say. It can be very sketchy through there. You kind of want to keep as much speed and momentum as you can, but sometimes, yeah, it just gets a little bit squirty. And then it goes through Big Banky Boy, down the hill.
I'm going to call it that now tonight as well in the other lobby.
Hey, well, yes, it's not even me that coined the thing. I think that's from Super GT. I think Super GT actually coined Big Banky Boy back in the day. Yeah. So Auto Ration will come around a few final turns.
Yep, so a reminder, what we're looking for here is 53s to be pretty comfortably in Lobby A. Low 54s at the minimum, I would say.
Okay. And it's actually a 55 there for Auto. Fluffy Butt, he's on a 55 as well.
Even slower.
Burnsy Poo. Oh, so Skyline goes up to pole with a 54.9. Who else have we got coming across the line? So Fatban has actually pulled over. Sobolewski, Snipes is going to come through. He's up to second place, provisional second place. Skyline, he's already come. Find somebody who's not finished their lap yet.
It'll be Hazal soon.
Let's see what Hazal does. He's coming through the final sector now.
Go on, Ahmed.
Oh, it looks like he was actually keeping it in second through there. I don't know if he's burning fuel, maybe. He's trying to get that car as light as he possibly can.
He was talking today about burning fuel a lot.
Yeah,
and
so
if it was allowed, so maybe he's not actually.
Gear.
Yeah, he's not trying. He probably is just going to go for the optimal lap. Potentially, this could be the start of his hot lap. So we'll have to see what he does. Actually, no, he's gone into the pits to change his tyres. So interesting strategy from Hazal. He's not going hell for leather like everyone else.
We're 5 minutes in now as well, so we're actually halfway into qualifying, and he's into the pits to take on a fresh set of tyres. So he's only going to get an opportunity to maybe put in one. He may get 2 flying laps, but I think it's going to be 1. But then I think maybe he thinks he can do it. I think if anybody can do it, I think we could probably put our money on.
Exactly.
And Ahmed into the 53, so 53.4 there for Ahmed. A whole second faster at the moment than Snipes.
Yeah, he's in a class of his own at the moment in this qualifying GT Ahmed, putting in times that we've seen him do at times in Tier 1 as well, so we know exactly what he's capable of. But I'm surprised that the gap... Yeah, I'm surprised that the gap's a full second, though, from Snipes. Arotko's doing really well up in P3 as well.
Definitely. And Gilles says Ahmed is the GOAT.
No bias there at all.
Yeah, we do love
Ahmed. And he's
Ahmed.
in the pits to change.
Yeah, so he's gone in to change his tyres. Sobolewski will follow him in. I think everybody's probably going to dive in now, aren't they? I think we're probably going to have to go on board with...
Hizal might be the first one to do another quick lap if everyone's going to be following.
Who it is, for sure. Oh, actually, so Pung and Fluffy Butt have stayed out, it looks like.
Yeah, and it looks like Pung and Pumpkin Patch are both in the top 8 at the moment, but they definitely need to find a bit of time there to get into Lobby A for sure.
Yeah, they're both on 55s,
about 1.9 off
they?
the back of Ahmed, yeah.
Pasty on a 55 as well, so Alvarez in the 56s, so yet to break into the 55s, but he's a low 56, so I've got confidence that he will get into the 55s. Burnsy Poo also on a 56, Fat Ban on a 201. Yeah, he's not able to... Looks like he's not managed to get a lap in yet. So Hizal is now coming through the final sector. He's not dragging them gears as he was before, so he's definitely through the fuel burning stage. This has got to be his... Oh no, it's an outlap, isn't it?
This will be
so he's actually on an outlap. This is going to be the start of his first.
He is going pretty fast though on his outlap there. He's really not saving his fuel anymore. That's or burning his fuel anymore, that's for sure. But he's got the pressure on. He's down in 14th. He's got... maybe an extra lap after this, but this is the lap where he's going to have the freshest tyres.
It looks very smooth through the turns, taking a fairly wide line through turn 1 or 2, I think it was. I think it was turn 2.
Yep, interesting to see. It doesn't actually go wide on the exit of that corner, which is you're allowed to get away with without getting a penalty there. So,
that's right.
Yeah, everyone starts studying how he's taking these corners because they're a little bit different to what I do anyway.
He's actually 3/10 purple through that first sector as well. That's insane to be 3/10 up through there. He's going to be on a low 53, isn't he? 53.1, maybe even breaking into the 52s if he manages to hook up the rest of this lap.
Yeah, he's not lifting at all there. Absolutely perfect through that really fast section, which is incredibly easy to get wrong. So we're going to go through the next one, and he's 6/10 up now. Yeah, this should be a comfortable 52 for Hizal. No one in Lobby A is in the 52s. The quickest is a 53.2. So this would be smashing pole time even in both lobbies.
So we've actually got 28 people watching now. That's got to be a record for a live stream. So welcome along, everyone. And you're about to see Hizal now coming through the final sector. He comes through the last couple of turns.
Smooth as you like.
He
keeps kicking up dust a little bit, but apparently that must be a quick way of doing it, going as close as possible to the edge.
That's right. So here we go through the final turn now on the approach to the start finish. And it is a 52.6 for Hizal there. He goes up into first place. So Ahmed, 7/10 is what he's got to find to be able to compete with that. He's actually 600ths. Gin Tony says unreal interdimensional being. Yes, he is for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
An alien.
He's more than an alien, he's the next level.
I think it'd be interesting to get like some of the top guys from ALR and pit them up against some of the other top guys like Hizal and Super GT and stuff. I think they definitely, some of them would give him a run for the money. Like we've got
absolutely.
Obviously we've got Ahmed. Ahmed is definitely, he might be 7/10 at the moment, but his race pace is strong. And then also we've got who's it in the Javi in the Lamborghini, absolutely rapid guy. Yep. Obviously BX, if you get him in the right car as well, he's rapid. Viking Dog, also very rapid guy. Iggy as well, I'd like to see Iggy.
adjusting his
Okay. Kalen says, I heard he did that lap with one hand on the steering wheel, the other adjusting his hair.
But I think Kaiser is going to get pole with that lap.
Yeah, I think you're right, Shields. I think his hour is going to get pole with that lap. This is the final lap now for his hour. I think it's going to be for everybody else as well.
Fat Band popped up in third finally, so he's managed to string a lap together. That's potentially good enough for Lobby A as well.
Oh, Fat Band. So what time has Fat Band done in the end? 54.1.
54.1. So that might be close to the cutoff. Probably not
Pole
top 10,
statement
but
there.
yeah, that's how fierce the competition is going to be today.
So it's going to be Zal that gets another lap for his final lap. Is he going to be improving?
He currently has pole overall by 6/10.
And he does. He improves again. 52.594. Faclon, Team Faclon, John Murray, Team Faclon. Sorry, no, that's probably, you probably didn't notice, but it's kind of funny.
So 52.9 is the quickest in
Excuse me.
Lobby A now. That's one of the FGR boys. So two guys in the 52s. That's his FGR Aura, who's making his debut tonight for Falcon as well. So they're bringing out the big guns for tonight too.
Awesome stuff. So yeah, that is how it ends. So we've got Hizal 3, Fatban third, Sobolewski or Snipes in fourth, Skyline fifth. Skyline actually still on the lap, but he's carrying a penalty, so he's not going to improve that time around. Eroticos sixth, Hollywood seventh, Autoration eighth, Fluffy Butt ninth, Pung 10th. Fluffy Butt only managed ninth. Pung 10th, Pumpkin Patch 11th, Pasty 12th, Alvarez 13th, and Burnsy Poo. What happened to Burnsy Poo? All the way down to 14th there, 2/10.
Yeah, just couldn't string a lap together there.
Off of Alvarez. What was Alvarez's time? Alvarez's time was at 55.8, so that must have been a 59 there for Burnsy Poo. That's unlucky there, Burnsy Poo. Oh my god, we just jumped up to 39 watchers. Welcome along, everyone.
Nice.
If this is your first time, obviously we are the Aero League Racing's Esports series.
That is the real N. Kaiser.
Yes, it is definitely the real Mikhail Hizal, for sure. TRL Limitless. We saw his PSM when he came in, so, you know, it is Limitless confirmed. But yeah, as I was saying, sorry, hello and welcome along, everyone. Obviously, we're the Aero League Racing's Esports series. I'm your boy Vexed, it's Vexman, and I'm here with Ross Form, obviously of Aero League Racing fame. And yeah, this is going to be an incredible couple of races tonight. Obviously, Lobby A and Lobby B, some of the faster guys will be moving up to Lobby A, so I think we're going to be saying goodbye to, well, definitely to Mikhail Hizal. We'll be moving up to Lobby A. Ahmed will probably be following him, and, maybe even Fatban and Sobolewski. We'll have to wait and see what the times are like in Lobby A. Of course, are they still going at the moment, Ross?
Kalen, we need
They're
to
literally
join in
just
here to
finishing up now.
Okay. So Kennel says, Kalen, we need to join in here too.
Or something interfering with the audio.
Yes, I know, Tony. I'm sorry. It's Robot Lady. She does, yeah, she
We love Robot
does
Lady.
go on a bit of a mad one. I was going to sack her off, but everybody seems to love her. Ross loves her, and I've kind of started falling for her a little bit. So I think she might be here to stay. Unfortunately, I need to go and while we're sorting out the lobbies, I'm just going to grab the
Sundays is my day of rest.
me tablet quickly.
Yeah.
That new M. H. Zal, guy is fast. In fact, he should try qualify for GTWS in my opinion.
Oh, so we are primed and ready.
Results screen on the second page, please.
Yes, of course. Jill says, Robot Lady makes me feel things.
Really good qualifying for FGR.
P1
and P3 in Lobby A.
Yeah, so I'm presuming, Tony, that it would be, there's probably is some kind of sensor in somewhere. But yeah, it has been an incredible qualifying for everyone, indeed. Like, this is only Burnsy Poo into the 56s there. I think everybody else on 54s or 55s. Once you've got the times from here, I'll go back onto the first screen and we'll have a quick rundown through the times and see what everyone did get in the end.
Yeah.
I love you, Gills.
Auto Tion says, I love you, Gilles. Although he heard it through Robot Lady. I don't know why I'm repeating what everyone's saying. I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, welcome along, chat. It's nice to have chat on board. It makes us doing our jobs a lot easier as well when we have the interactions. It's good stuff. So have you got the...
Yeah, I've got them from you, thank you.
Awesome. So just for a quick rundown, once again, Mikhail Hizal managed to pip first place there. He'll probably be starting on pole as well in Lobby A. He did a 152.594 in the end. We got Ahmed there in second. He'll be moving up to Lobby A, I believe. 53.320 for Ahmed. So 7/10 off of Mikhail Hizal. TRI Limitless. We got Fatban in third place.
Too disappointed. I'll switch to Lobby A.
Yeah, no, that's fine, Tony. You know, it was kind of to be expected, if I'm honest, but, you know, it's also going to be some awesome racing there. So make sure you come back and watch after. Obviously, you'll be able to watch the live stream afterwards. It'll be on YouTube's. But yeah, so who did we get down to? Fatban with a 54.104, so the first into the 54s. And then all the way to 8th place, Auto Tion on 54. So Snipes in 4th with a 54.171. Skyline 5th with a 54.469. The M6 is very, very good indeed, Kalen. It has to be said, one of my all-time favourite cars. Eroticos 6th with a 54.589. Hollywood 7th with a 54.913. Auto Tion 8th with a 51.915. So only 2,000 between Hollywood and Auto Tion there. That's very, very close indeed. Then we had Fluffy Butt in 9th with 55.163. We had Pung in 10th with 55.366. Patch with a 55.371. Pasty 55.372. Alvarez 55.802. And Burnsy Poo in 14th with a 56.030. So obviously, as is with the esports series, we're just compiling, obviously, the times from both lobbies to see who will be switching.
So I can tell you, you've got a surprise on pole position in Lobby B. It is Iggy.
Oh my gosh, so we've got Iggy on pole for Lobby B, wow.
Iggy didn't make it into Lobby A in the end.
No way. Yeah, I think that's going to be a turnout for the books. Iggy, very, very strong driver indeed. May not be strong enough to compete with the Lobby A boys, but to put him on pole for the Lobby B boys, I think the Lobby B boys are going to have their work cut out for them.
Yes, absolutely. Got Snipes and Skyline, and Scotty, Eroticos 5th, Hollywood 6th. So that's the top 6 for Lobby B. I'm just going to post it in the chat now.
I think Ahmed's moved up to Lobby A, John.
Ahmed and Fatban are in Lobby A. Ahmed's actually qualified third overall.
Yeah.
Hizal's obviously first, then there's Aura for FGR, then Ahmed, and then Fatban's in 14th, but still in Lobby A, so pretty decent for Falcon.
Okay, so yeah, we're losing Fatban as well. Right, Capel, is this the track? Yes, it is Capel. It's Maggiore, Lake Maggiore, in the foothills of Italy.
Well, Capel needs to go into Lobby A, actually.
Capel does.
He actually qualified P15.
Oh, and somebody's put in the chat there, Pumpkin Patch quali ban. Is he on a quali ban, Patch?
No, Perry was on a quali ban, so
Perry was on a quali ban. Oh, so
he'll be starting last.
Okay. Right. So yeah, he might be able to give Iggy and some of the other guys up front, Snipes and Skyline and such, a run for their money. Obviously, he normally qualifies up into Lobby A, doesn't he?
Yeah.
But yeah,
right, I'm going to pop across to Lobby A then.
Yeah, no worries, brother.
But you've got an absolutely cracking final Lobby B of the season with Iggy on pole.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one, for sure.
Right. It's been fun. Talk to you later.
Yeah, all right, buddy. I'll catch up with you soon.
Have a good one.
Yeah, and you. So I now need to stop my share screen. So we're just waiting for the lobby to be rearranged. The starting grid, obviously, for the race. Drone Outlook says someone save and share the quali replay. Obviously, you'll be able to find it again in on the live stream, buddy. But yeah, somebody probably will have done anyway. Somebody obviously within the lobby, I'm sure, will have saved it. So we've got Iggy lining up on pole. We've got Scotty in second place. Snipes will be in third. Skyline fourth. Eroticos fifth. Hollywood sixth. Autority on seventh. Fluffy Butt eighth. Pung ninth. Patch in 10th. Pasty 11th. Alvarez 12th. Burnsy Poo 13th. And Perry starting in 14th place. So obviously this is still a bit of free practice before the feature begins. We're going to line up. He says. So we're going to line up the klaxon, as is tradition. Oh.
Don't worry, buddy, I'll still be here. I won't be washing the washed lot in lobby A.
Nice one, Shields. The Shields are staying around, sticking around. Yeah, nice one, brother. Yeah, no, it's sound, man. Like I say, it's good to have the interactions, but I know obviously with having Tier Oil Limitless in Lobby A, a lot of people are going to be wanting to watch that race. Obviously, you know, you can watch it after as well, or you can come and watch this one after. It's all good either way. It's going to be cracking racing in both lobbies, as it always is. We have some fire racing, don't we? We have some really, really good racing here in Lobby B, and we've got Iggy starting on pole. And what is he in? He's in the Mazda RX Vision, so we're going to be able to see what Iggy can do in that Mazda RX Vision. He's got Scotty lining up behind him in the GR Supra. The GR Supra also no slouch. I think the GR Supra may have the RX Vision beat on top end, but the RX Vision I think is slightly faster through the corner, so we'll have to see how that plays out. Obviously, tyre wear is going to be a factor in this one as well, so Fluffy Butt has been doing so well this season in that Alpha. He had a little mistaken strategy, I think, in one of the rounds where he ran out of fuel towards the end, and I think he lost a position or two. But yeah, he's been doing some really good stuff. Oh, I appreciate the kind words, Kenny. Well, yeah, as I was saying a minute ago to Shields, you know, it's expected, dude. You know, like, obviously, Limitless is a very famous World Series GT driver, and he's going to have a lot of fans that obviously, you know, want to watch him race. But as I say, you can watch it after as well. And it's nice that some of you guys have chosen to stick around here. I do appreciate it, as always. As I say, I like the interactions. It does make, you know, makes my job a little bit easier, because it can become a little bit some of the race towards the end, doesn't it? It becomes a little bit stale. Like, obviously there could be some close battles between some of the cars, but normally everyone sort of settles down into their little respective places, and it starts to get, well, not stale, but, you know, it slows down somewhat, doesn't it? So it's
background obviously supporting Team Falcon, but watched all the ones here so far this season, so not.
Oh, thank you, John. Oh, I appreciate that, buddy. GLHF all, says Kalen. Good. Oh, good luck, have fun. So Kalen says, good luck, have fun all. Yeah, thank you for coming along, Kalen. Nice to have you on board, buddy. So Iggy is out now in that RX Vision, the Angry Wasp, getting some practice laps in. He has got a lot of BMW M6s around him. That M6 is a very strong car, and we've got quite a few Supras on track as well this evening. So what is the grid made up of? Well, let's have a quick look. So we have got Fluffy Butt, obviously in the Alfa Romeo. He's the only Alfa Romeo on track. Pasty is in the Porsche 911 GT3. We got Pung in the Toyota Supra. The Toyota GR Supra. Eroticos is in the Nissan GTR R35. We've got Iggy, obviously, in the Mazda RX Vision. Skyline in the M6. Perry in the RX Vision. Snipes is in the M6. Auto Rotation in that Renault RS01. Burnsy Poo in the Porsche 911 GT3. Alvarez in the McLaren 650S. We have Hollywood also in a GR Supra there. Pung is in a GR Supra. Scotty is in a GR Supra. And Patch is in a GR Supra. So it looks like it's going to be battle of the GR Supras. They're going to be trying to chase everyone down, aren't they? And we've got two RX Visions on track as well. Perry and Iggy. Both teammates as well. Project Platypus. Perry running the slightly different livery to Iggy. So this is it. This is going to be the race, the feature race. So Iggy lines up on pole. We'll find Iggy. We're going to wait for the lights. Let's hope we don't have any shenanigans into turn one. And they're off. He was out in the background. Auto Rotation getting a really good getaway there in the background. Iggy comes over to take the racing line, covers off Snipes there, Skyline. Auto Rotation up to 4th place. I think there was a tiny bit of door up in there between him and Scotty. Somebody's off, somebody's off. Who was that? One of the Supras. Hollywood all the way to the back of the grid now. So Iggy still in 1st place. Sobolewski there in 2nd, followed by Skyline, his teammate there in 3rd place. We got Auto Rotation now to 4th place, but he's trying to chase off. Trying to fend off. Oh no! No! That was the RX Vision there of... It was Perry. Perry had a really good start there, but all the way to the back of the grid again for Perry. Ziggy still maintains that lead. Skyline with a little bit of sideways porpoising. Auto Rotation still trying to fend off the GTR on the Super there of Scotty. Scotty going up the inside there on Eroticos. Eroticos getting pushed out wide as well by Pung. Pung's on the inside now. It's not the place where he really wants to be. He's still trying to get his nose up the inside though. Eroticos holds that position. Perry still trying for the move. Around the outside, no, he can't make it there. You've got Fluffy Butt as well. Fluffy Butt wants a bit of the action in that Alfa Romeo. What can he do? They're side by side now. Eroticos and Pung. Pung's going to have the inside line into Big Banky Boy for the first time in this race. Fluffy Butt trying to have a look as well. Is he going to go up the inside there? Maybe getting the switch back on the exit, but no. Not on that occasion. So Eroticos now trying to find his way past Pung. We have got a little bit of instability within the lobby this evening. So Pung also trying to find his way past Scotty. Scotty down to 5th. He was into the back of him there. It looked like Fluffy Butt just running slightly into the back of Pung. It kind of helped him out though through that corner, I believe. Now starting lap 2. Fluffy Butt very, very good on the brakes there. Closes right up. Not really anywhere for Pung to go. He can't find his way past Scotty at the moment. He's going to give him a little flash of the lights there. And is that Auto losing that place there to Scotty? No, not quite. Auto still holds on to 4th position. We'll have a look at the top 3 in just a second. Looks like the top 3 kind of settled at the moment. The gap, yeah, fairly equal as they go through that turn. Scotty, though, has a look up the inside now. Is he going to manage to get it done? Auto holds it around the outside. And Scotty does move up momentarily into 4th place. Auto tries to keep his nose in on the approach to the double S's there. Now they're going to come under the bridge and up the hill on the approach to Big Banky Boy. This is fundamentally the back straight now. And Pung looking for the move as well. Auto now down to 6th place. Is he going to lose that position to Fluffy Butt? Fluffy Butt near the inside of Big Banky Boy. There was room. There was definitely room. He managed to get that position. Auto now down to 8th place. Eroticos has managed to come alongside as well. Has he got that position? Eroticos does move up to 7th. That's Auto now down to 8th place. Auto at the moment looks a little bit uncomfortable, doesn't he? But let's hope he can get his head down and get back into this race. We've seen he has got pace, so he should be able to pull something out of the bag. It's a very long race indeed. Obviously, strategy is going to come to play in this. Iggy hasn't managed to stretch his legs, though. He's not managed to break away from Sobolewski. Snipes all over him still. All up in his grill. But it does look like Iggy maybe going a little bit conservative. He's trying to stretch this stint as long as he can, I think. If you look at that fuel there, he's only just under half a tank. Now, they start with around half a tank anyway. So I think he's actually playing a very clever game at the moment, is Iggy. We're on lap 3 of 35. It looks like we may get some weather come into this race as well. It looks like the mist is descending around Maggiore. So Snipes still within that 7/10 range. He's just lost a 10th as they come up the hill there. He doesn't want to be running in that dirty F for too long. Skyline, however, has now dropped 1.8 seconds behind his teammate. He's got a little bit of work to do to get onto the back of Snipes once again. And is Snipes close enough to be able to think about going for a move? No, he isn't. Does manage to close up through Big Banky Boy, though. Gilles says, go on, Iggy. He's doing a good job at the moment, but Snipes, Sobolewski is definitely giving Iggy a run for his money. Not allowing Iggy to walk away with it, but as I say, I do think Iggy is playing a very clever game at the moment, but I think Snipes is possibly favouring the same sort of strategy. He's got around the same fuel you can see on board there, so... And I think Skyline has used a little bit more in an attempt to try and catch up now. He is slowly catching back up. Oh, no, he runs wide there through the final turn, or did he? I don't think he lost too much time. Actually up. That's a personal best there for Skyline. So Scotty now in a bit of no man's land. He's got 3.8 seconds to try and reel in Skyline. That's the gap up ahead. And then Fluffy Butt 2 seconds behind him at the moment. Fluffy Butt now 5th place. He's got a Roticos for company there in the 6th. Then we have Pung in 7th. Patches up to 8th. Hollywood now 9th. Roticos all the way down to 10th. He's trying to defend that position against Alvarez there. Alvarez looking to try and make a move up the inside. He's now got Burnsy Poo on his inside. Burnsy Poo looking to try and get a move done. I think he's got it done already. He has. He moves ahead of Alvarez. No, free wide into this turn here. That's not going to work. Perry very late on the brakes indeed. Manages to get a place, but he's now under attack from Alvarez. He's between Alvarez and Burns Pooper. Alvarez now on his inside. He's going to surely get that position, and he does. He moves forward as they come into the centre S's. Perry's going to be looking for the better run on the exit. Maybe trying to get the move done once again into Big Banky Boy. Perry's picked up a 2nd penalty. That is going to hurt him. That's going to hurt him, definitely. He's going to drop back behind these two boys, even if he does manage to get ahead. He is still trying to keep his nose up the inside there on the approach to Big Banky Boy for the 4th time. Is he going to get it done? No, he thinks better of it that time round. Has a look on the exit. Bit of a squirm there. The Porsche of Pasty as well. Going a little bit deep onto the gravel. Doesn't slow him down too much. Come on, Pasty. So Perry is going to drop behind Pasty surely once he serves that penalty. As long as Pasty keeps that gap. So Iggy has managed to get a bit of breathing space now. Up to 1.1 seconds there for the race leader. He's actually got the fastest lap currently of a 53.945. I'm not sure what Iggy's qualifying time was. It was definitely fast enough to put him on pole for Lobby B. But yeah, Iggy's always had insane race pace anyway. Very, very good driver indeed. And it looks like maybe he started to work on them tyres a little bit more now. He has started to try and pull away. I think maybe he was, bringing them tyres into a nice window, saving a bit of fuel for the first few laps. And he's going to start trying to put a hammer to the tongs now and try and create a bit more of a gap, a bit more breathing space back to Sobolewski in second place. Snipes doing an absolutely cracking job at the moment of not letting Iggy get away too much. He's still got him in his sights, and obviously it is early doors still. We've still got another 30 laps to go in this race. Another 30 turns through Big Banky Boy. That is a very extreme corner indeed, isn't it, when you look at it from that angle. Almost looks like you're sort of sideways and then down the hill. With the camber. It's the Skyline now 2.7 seconds behind his teammate, still holding on to that third place though. He's got a nice bit of breathing space over Scotty there in fourth. So at the moment we've got an RX Vision on pole, well, in first place. We have two M6s second and third, teammates as well. Scotty in fourth place in the GR Supra. Fluffy Butt still holding that fifth against the Eroticos in the Alfa Romeo. Eroticos obviously in the Nissan GTR. Oh, takes a very deep line through there. He doesn't want to put too much power down if he takes that line too many times, because you will end up spinning them rear tyres up for sure. Pung in seventh, holding off Hollywood in 8th place, both in the GR Supra. Patch as well in the GR Supra, so 3 GR Supras, 7th to 9th. Then Auto Ratil now under the attention of Burnsapoo. Burnsapoo gets that car sideways through that last turn. He was looking for the move, wasn't he? But it didn't quite pay off for him. Now he's under attack from Perry. Perry, after serving that penalty, has managed to make up a few positions once again. Up into 11th place he goes now. Now his attention is focused on Auto Ratil. He's actually only 4 tenths off the back of Auto already. He's surely going to be going for the move, isn't he? Coming down into Big Banky Boy. He does, pulls out to the inside there. Oh, squeezed a little bit. But he has moved ahead. Auto, though, will have the inside for this next turn. It will turn into the inside for... Oh, no, he's sat back behind. So heated battle now going on for 10th place. And we also have a battle with Burnsapoo and Alvarez in the background there as well. 12th and 13th. But there is definitely some noticeable gaps throughout the field already on lap 6. And Perry's still not able to find that move as yet. Is he going to go for one into T1? Thinks about it. Not close enough on that occasion. Almost pushing Auto along now through the turns. I think he's conscious of Burnsapoo. Burnsapoo is getting closer and closer, isn't he? Burnsapoo within the 8 tenths margin now. Alvarez there in 13th. What happened to Pasty? Oh, Pasty, he's gone for an early pit stop. So Pasty favouring the undercut. What can he do now on that fresh set of soft tyres? We'll have to wait and see. So that gap, the gap back to Sobolewski is now only 8 tenths. 6 tenths is the gap. What has happened there to Iggy? I think Iggy may be having a moment somewhere. He had a couple of seconds breathing space, didn't he? So what has happened there? Sobolewski looking in a compromising position now. He may be able to set up a move come these next couple of turns if Iggy isn't careful. In fact, they both look like... Oh no, he's had a bit of a mistake there. Come on, Snipes. So I think maybe Snipes starting to struggle with the tyre wear as well. He looked like he was going to be able to start setting up a move, didn't he? But he had that slight moment, little bit of a moment off track, and then Yeah, that gap's opened up once again, down to 2.2 seconds now. Still with a 2.6 second lead over his teammate there in third place. His teammate still there to back him up, although he has got the flashing fuel indicator now. Skyline may have to pit before Snipes. Oh no, where has Patch? Was it Patch? So Scotty now up into fourth place, being chased down by Eroticos there in fifth. We had the Alfa Romeo in the mix, didn't we? But it is there no longer. So we have Hollywood 6th, Pung 7th, Patch 8th, Perry 9th, Auto 10th, Brentipoo 11th, Alvarez 12th, Pasty 13th, and Fluffy Butt now down in 14th. Fluffy Butt must have had a moment somewhere. He hasn't pit for tyres or... Oh no, Fluffy Butt. Oh, and I think them tyres have gone, haven't they, already? Come on, Fluffy. So Iggy doing a bit of lawn mowing there. Saw him chucking up the grass as he came through that, and again, as he came through that turn. He's got a vendetta against the grass. I hate you, grass. Die. But no, Iggy doing really well at the moment. He's just kept focused, hasn't he? Kept very, very cool and consistent. You can see that in the lap times. So lap 2 and 3 were 54s. Then he did a 53, and then the rest of his laps have been 54s. So in fact, maybe he didn't have a moment somewhere. Maybe Sobolewski just pulled out a couple of really stonking laps and managed to pull up behind Iggy. But now 2.8 seconds behind. I think they're going to be pitting around the same time. Scotty now up into third place, but he's got a 1.5 second penalty. So who was it? Skyline. Skyline must have decided to enter the pits now. I said I thought he'd be pitting a lap earlier than Sobolewski. So Scotty actually having not a bad race. He had a really shaky start. He lost a few places on the start, but he's now back up to third place. Still yet to pit. Some of the guys around him have obviously head to the pit already, but he is 14.5 seconds off of first and second. He's now going to lose that position to Eroticos, and he's going to be a country mile behind, isn't he? Will he lose any more positions? So Eroticos moves through easily. Scotty loses all of that pace that he had, and he's now coming under attention from Hollywood. Hollywood, is he going to go for a move? Doesn't quite close the gap before the turn. Well, Hollywood now only 3 tenths off the back of Scotty. Scotty is in a bit of trouble here, isn't he? Will Scotty head to the pits on this lap? I think we are going to see a mad dash for the pits, aren't we? Somebody is off a few corners up the road. I've got a funny feeling it might have been Burnsy Poo, or it might be Burnsy Poo. We've not seen the car. There he is, yeah. No, it wasn't Burnsy Poo. Fluffy Butt, it was Fluffy Butt. That was who I meant, not Burnsy Poo. I'm not sure what's happened to Fluffy Butt. Maybe mechanical issues with that car. So Iggy favours track position. He's now got a 22.8 second lead over the pack. Is he going to be able to create one of them magical windows? He's definitely going to come out around 5th or 6th, I would say. If he doesn't, maybe a bit higher. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, definitely fuel saving in them first few laps, as I suspected. That's why he wasn't pulling away from the 2 BMW drivers. Also, Hollywood now gets that move. He moves up into second place. Scotty is down to third. They've stayed out as well for another lap, favouring track position. So Hollywood now up to second place in the GR Supra. Scotty down to third. Patch there in 4th. Patch having a really solid race at the moment. He's got his teammate for company there as well. Pung there in 5th. What can these two guys do against the cars up ahead? So Patch maybe looking... Is he going to be close enough on this lap? I don't think he is. Not this time around. Maybe with a switchback. Oh, he almost had the better run on the exit there. He's looking now. He's trying to look for that window. Not quite close enough through that turn. I fancy these guys will probably head to the pits at the end of this lap. Iggy is now in the pits. Oh, in fact, they're not going to be able to overtake through this turn anyway. We've got a yellow flag. So Patch on mediums, so he may possibly not have to change his tyres, but he's definitely going to have to fuel that car up, isn't he? Yeah, and he is now into the pits. So the top 5 all into the pits. Auto is into the pits. Alvarez will stay out for another lap. Oh, and Iggy's done it. He did it. What? Ah! He did it. He managed to pull it off. He pulled out that magical window. He's into the pits and back out in 1st place. Just ahead of Alvarez, who is still yet to pit. He will be pitting on the next lap. So Alvarez, no threat at the moment. The closest threat at the moment is Sobolewski, who is now 4.3 seconds off of Iggy. There with his teammate for company, Skyline, on the mediums. I think Skyline went for an earlier pit, didn't he? But it looks, yeah. But he has, yeah, he's caught back up to his teammate. So the undercut didn't really work out. Pasty now back up to 5th place. He's going to have to pit for some more fuel. That's the best position Pasty's been in all race. What can he do? Will he take on a fresh set of tyres or will he stay on them softs? We'll have to wait and see. So Eroticos now in 6th with a fresh set of mediums. I fancy he's going to be stopping once more. Deco says, go on, Pasty. Go on, Pasty.
Come on, Cornish Pasty, do it for Team Falcon.
Go on, Cornish Pasty, do it for Team Falcon. Yeah, he's doing it. He is doing it. He's doing all right, mate. Oh, a little bit of a wobble as we went on board. Come on, Pasty. He's actually done a 54 there, so he's definitely no slouch. He's trying to get his head back into the race. Obviously, he is going to have to pit yet as well. So Rotikos on fresh mediums. As I say, I think he's going to be pitting once again. He's not got enough fuel to take it to the end of the race. We have Pumpkin Patch now in 7th place. He's only got half a tank of fuel, so he definitely is going to stop once more. Pung, so Alvarez, as suspected, now into the pits. So Pung there in 8th on a fresh set of mediums, 3/4 of a tank nearly of fuel. Perry also opting for the fresh mediums. I do fancy a lot of these guys are going to go for a final stint. I think we're going to see a lot of 2 stops and then everyone's going to jump onto the softs towards the end. Yeah, that is Fluffy Butt Gilles. I don't know if he's had some... He seems to just keep spinning through the turns, so I don't know if he's had some wheel issues, if he's on the wheel, or maybe pad issues, not sure. So Alvarez re-emerges in 11th place. Burnsy Poo and Hollywood 12th and 13th. Hot on his heels now. It looked like they were going to be able to go for the move, but having to actually back off into turn 1 as he re-emerged from the pits. Burnsy Poo with a little bit of understeer there. Just runs slightly wide. Will that end up with a half a second penalty?
For that if he keeps it there.
Yeah, I did wonder about that, to be fair, because it is obviously it is throwing up a yellow flag, isn't it? So you can't make a pass through that turn. He might be trying to furiously sort his rig out so he can finish the race. Maybe, you never know. I'm not sure. So Hollywood still chasing down Burnsy Poo in 12th, and obviously Fluffy Butt parked up at the side of the track at the moment. So Iggy now have a 5.2 second lead over Sobolewski in second place. So the top three are still the Mazda RX Vision in first, followed by the two BMW M6s, second and third, Sobolewski and Skyline. Pasty now into the pits. Where will he come back out? Dropped to 7th, dropped to 8th. So we're just trying to find, so Auto Ratil moves through to 9th. Pasty still in the pits. Alvarez will move through. And Fluffy Butt he's finally retired, I think. So Pasty re-emerges at the back of the field, but he's gone for he's on a slightly different strategy, so have to see what you can do on them fresh mediums. He's only 4.5 seconds off the back of Burnsy Poo at the moment. So Iggy now into the 55s, now he's on the mediums. But I fancy he's just taking it easy at the moment. He hasn't really got to work for it. He's got a nice buffer. You've just got to keep it nice and consistent. Obviously, he'll still be monitoring that gap back to Sobolewski, but at the moment, he hasn't got to worry about. He hasn't got to worry about nothing. No worries. No worries for Iggy there in first place. Sobolewski, however, has now got his teammate for company. Skyline on the racing mediums. He's on a little bit less fuel, is Skyline. Is there team orders between these lads? Are they going to start bump drafting, or will Skyline go for the move? He's definitely making himself known in the mirrors of his teammate. So the gap has increased slightly, only by a couple of tenths. But they could ideally start working together, couldn't they? And maybe get a little bump draft going, try and get onto the back of Iggy. Still 6 tenths in it. They've got 12 seconds now over Eroticos, who is in 4th place, who's got a 6.2 second lead over Patch in 5th. Then we have Perry there in 6th. He's 1.2 seconds off the back of Patch. He's got a 2.3 second lead over Pung in 7th. So in fact, this one of the closest gaps at the moment between Pung and Scotty. Scotty only 5 tenths off the back of Pung at the moment. Closing up under braking there. What can Scotty do? Can he manage to get out of position? He's definitely closing that gap, chipping away at it, little by little. Oh, Pung gets a little bit out of shape there. That has allowed Scotty now alongside. That was through the final turn. He's going to keep it alongside on the approach to T1. And yeah, Pung just had to back out there really, didn't he? He was on the outside. He knew that Scotty was going to send it, so that was intelligent driving there from Pung. He drops now to 8th place. Auto Ration not far behind in 9th. Auto Ration closes up there on the braking. Look at him go. And then up ahead we have Perry Perry's got a lot closer now to Pumpkin Patch. Patch's going to have a little fight on his hands soon, isn't he? In the form of Perry in that RX Vision. It looks like Perry on a bit of a charge now. I think he's going to be looking for that move into Big Banky Boy. 2 tenths in it now. He's going to pull out to the inside, isn't he, surely? Will Patch cover it off, though? He hasn't done yet. Also, maybe Perry feeling he wasn't close enough to get it done then. Still having a look though, still trying to make something work. Oh, Patch, a little bit deep there. That has allowed Perry through. Perry now up to 5th place. Patch is down to 6th. What can Patch do? Has Patch got an answer for that? Come on, Patch. So we're on board with Patch. He's now trying to retake that position from Perry, but Perry looking like he's started to stretch his legs a little bit. Patch is, I think he's lost a slipstream already. So closes back up again slightly through braking there. Can he get a better exit here? Keeps it nice and smooth, not lighting them tyres up. That's some good driving there from Patch. Come on, Patch. So Patch actually down to 1.1 seconds now. 1.2 seconds. So Perry is looking to try and extend that lead that he has over Pumpkin Patch. Then we have Pung in 7th. Auto Ration trying to take that place away from him. Scotty now down to 9th. Auto Ration opting for the softs. Oh, Pung with a big moment. He saved it. As that give Auto Ration the momentum that he needs to get past him though. Into the S's for the 16th time. Slowly approaching halfway through this race. Halfway mark. Ooh, bit of a slide there from Auto. I think we need to clean up in aisle 5. So Scotty there in 9th place. He's still not far off the back of Auto. He might be able to still be able to challenge for that 8th place. Obviously at the moment it's the tyre difference, isn't it, between the mediums and the softs. And Auto actually losing some time now to Pung. Pung now 1.2 seconds up the road. So we have Hollywood in 10th place, 10.1 seconds off the back of Scotty. Burnsy Poo. Shields is here to clean up aisle 5. We've got Burnsy Poo now at an 11th place, 1.1 seconds ahead of Pasty. Pasty trying to get back into this race. Oh, Pasty! Pasty, watch out, lad. You don't want to be doing that. Go for your hug with Barry after the race. Like, he's got damage on that car now. Carrying damage on that Porsche, that's going to be an expensive repair bill. We've got Alvarez now down in 13th place. What happened to Alvarez? Is he on a different pit? He might be on a different pit strategy. I think he has pit now again, or once again, hasn't he? Now on fresh mediums and more fuel in that car. Probably going to be trying to take that to the end of the race, I'd imagine, in the McLaren. So Iggy now with a 7.3 second lead. And look at them lap times there. Since he bolted on the mediums, they've been consistent, 55s.
I've left a banana for Pasty on aisle 5.
Shields.
Flying.
Caelan says flying. Yeah, Iggy is absolutely flying. He obviously just had a bit of a dodgy qualifier, but as I always say, like, you know, his race pace is, yeah, his race pace is fire. Very, very fast race driver. Skyline was giving him sorry. So Skyline and Sobolewski have obviously swapped positions, or Skyline has managed to get that move done. Sobolewski was giving Iggy a run for his money. He's now down in 3rd place. Skyline has got a 1.9 second lead over him. Sobolewski has, however, got more fuel still in the car, so we had Fluffy Butt. I'm not sure if it was a DC or what. He just seemed to, he kept spinning and then he was off at the side of the track. And then I'm not sure if he retired or finally DC'd. Perhaps he was having internet issues. It could have been the case. But yeah, however, we have Iggy followed by Skyline in second place, Sobolewski there in third. We've got Eroticos now in fourth place, followed by Perry in fifth. Perry managed to make his way past Patch now down to sixth place. We got Pung in seventh. Pung still, oh, Pung! What is Pung doing? Now Hollywood's still there, so Hollywood is behind Auto Rotation. So Auto Rotation still trying to get that seventh place off of Pung. Pung keeps having a few little moments here and there, so he may still get that place. So Hollywood is there in ninth place now. And we still have Burnsy Poo as well. Burnsy Poo there down in 11th. Scotty's there in 10th, and as I say, Burnsy Poo 11th. Pasty down in 12th, and Alvarez in 13th, but seemingly on a different strategy to everyone else. So let's just go on board with Iggy for a few turns. Yeah, it just looks very smooth, doesn't he, the Ziggy? Not any noticeable moments. I thought he may have had a moment earlier, but oh, Skyline picks up half a second's penalty. Not sure where he got that. I thought maybe he had a moment earlier, which was what allowed Sobolewski to start closing back up once again. And then we saw, obviously, Sobolewski had a slight moment, didn't he, when he lost the gap that he had, or lost the advantage that he had. But now Skyline is going to fall back into the clutch of his teammate once again. I'm not sure if they just decided to swap the drivers. As I say, we obviously missed what happened, but Sobolewski was ahead of Skyline. He may manage to get ahead of him once again after Skyline serves that penalty, because it does, even though it's only half a second, it feels like forever, and it definitely does. It gives you more of a it's more of a second, isn't it, with the slowing down and speeding back up again. He's going to be serving it through these next couple of turns. It's on the run to Big Banky Boy up the hill. So we'll look through the eyes of Sobolewski, see how much he manages to close up once his teammate serves that penalty. Here we go. So he moves off the racing line, but it looks like he's covering the inside. And he moves back over. So yeah, you see how much time he lost there. He definitely lost more than half a second. Sobolewski now right back on Skyline's rear bumper once again. Can these two work together? What we don't need is a fight in the team, because they could end up possibly taking each other out, and they could knock each other off the podium. You never know. At the moment it's looking like it might be a BMW 2-3, so that'll be a good outing for these lads if they keep it there. But then, obviously, it is racing, so it is game on, however. But yeah, it's just one of them situations, isn't it, where you've just got to be mindful, because, obviously... Oh, no! Oh, what happened there? Skyline looking like he'd gone off track. That was weird. So we're going to stay on board with Sobolewski as he's chasing Skyline down, because Skyline's car is a little bit skittish, it seems, when we're on board with him. Hopefully the guys on the track aren't seeing that, because it could be a little bit off-putting. It's kind of hard to judge sometimes, isn't it, where the car is, to be able to get an overtake done. But I digress. So yeah, these guys, if they manage to keep it nice and clean and consistent, looks like they may be finishing the podium in second and third. Because the Rotikos at the moment, he's 13.3 seconds off the back of the both of them. And Skyline goes very deep again. Off the exit, a big banky boy onto the gravel. So Rotikos, as I say, he's got his work cut out for him, hasn't he? Down in 4th place. He's got a nice buffer over Perry though. And he's definitely going to be pitting once again, isn't he? He's not going to take that fuel to the end of the race. Will he take on an extra set of tyres? I'd imagine so. I think he's going to put on the softs. But having a decent race at the moment, as is Perry. Perry's come from all the way from the back of the grid. Obviously, Perry on a qualifying ban from Lobby A. So he joins us this week, and yeah, he's managed to carve his way through the pack, and he's currently sat in 5th place, 2.8 seconds off the back of Rotikos. And Sobolewski gets that position from Skyline. Moves up into 2nd place once again. And Skyline actually, ooh. Yeah, I think that's just some instability within the connection there. So Perry trying all he can at the moment to try and close that gap up ahead to Rotikos. Perry in the RX Vision, obviously Iggy's teammate. Pumpkin Patch still there in 6th place. He's got his teammate there, Pung, still there for company in 7th, so yeah, the PB9R boys are doing really good at the moment. I think they're going to finish in a decent place and have some decent points for the team. Auto Retion, he's doing really well at the moment as well, and that Renault, kind of one of the underdogs as well, as we were touching on earlier. Obviously me and Ross at the start of the stream, we were talking about the Alfa Romeo of Fluffy Butt, who obviously we saw he was having some issues. I'm not too sure what was going on, but he ended up retiring in the end. But yeah, the 2 underdog cars in this series, the Renault and the Alfa Romeo, it would seem, actually doing really well and putting on some really good performances. But tonight it is fundamentally a BMW and a GR Supra race, isn't it? We've seen a lot of BMWs, a lot of GR Supras, and then we've got 2 RX Visions, a Renault and a Porsche, I believe. So Scotty trying to chip away at that gap to Hollywood, but yeah, again, a bit of a tall order. Pasty now in 11th, he's got 13.5 seconds to try and chip into if he wants to close up onto the back of Scotty and try and challenge for that 10th place. So Burnsy Poo now in 12th. I fancy he's had a moment somewhere. I think he was ahead of Pasty, but now he's got Alvarez for company. Alvarez only 1.2 seconds behind him. Pumpkin Patch now heads to the pit. I think it's going to be his final pit stop. Lap 21 of 35, so you would assume he's going to go for the softs. Just enough fuel to get him to the end of the race. I'm not sure how much that would be. It looks like he's going for 35. I'm not sure if that's 35 litres or percent. I don't think it'd be litres. But you never know. But looking like there's going to be a clear winner here at the moment, even though it's only lap 22 of 35. Iggy with a quite incredible 13.9 second lead over Sobolewski, back in 2nd place. Skyline still there, only 8 tenths off the back of his teammate there in 3rd place. And yeah, Skyline is definitely going to have to pit, as I believe Sobolewski probably will as well. I don't think he's going to get that fuel to the end of the race. I don't think Iggy will either. So I think, yeah, everybody's going to go for a splash and a dash towards the end. I mean, to be fair, with fuel saving, if they started fuel saving now, it's a possibility. Definitely not for Skyline. Skyline will have to pit for fuel. Oh, now Perry has managed to catch up to a Rotikos, and he's looking for the move up the inside into turn 1. And he manages to get it sewn up, so Royko's now down to 5th place. What can he do? Can he come back against Perry in the GTR? It's the battle of the Jap wagons. Apologies, am I even allowed to say that anymore? I'm not sure. The battle of the Japanese wagons. Well, Jap is just short for Japanese, isn't it? I don't think I'm going to get in trouble for that. I hope not anyway. Gilles, back me up. So Perry moves up into 4th place for Project Platypus, and he has come from the back of the grid as well. Obviously, starting on a qualifying ban. He has the pace for Lobby A, for sure. I think he's been with us a couple of races this season, though, hasn't he, in the Esports? So Rotikos now drops out of that slipstream window. I don't think he's going to be picking it up in the 9 temps range. He needs to get, well, around the 7 or 8 temps, I think it is, isn't it? Or is it closer now? I know they did a few changes, didn't they, with the last update. I've not raced on GT7 for maybe a year now, so... Pung. Pung looking to try and still close that gap up ahead to Rotikos. Skyline is now in the pits. Yeah, Rotikos will be heading to the pits soon. Will Pung be able to stay out? He'll probably take that position if he stays out, but he will have to pit a lap or 2 later. So Auto Ration, oh, very, very, very dead soft tyres now. He will surely pit this time around, won't he? I wouldn't fancy staying out on them tyres for another lap. Yeah, and he does. Hollywood, however, will stay on favoured track position. He's on mediums. He's still got a couple of laps left in that tank. Moves up to 6th place. So Rotikos puts on a fresh set of tyres, fuels that car up. Pasty. So Pasty is now in 11th place, Shields. 30 seconds off the back of Auto. But Auto is now in the pits. I think he's going to come out ahead though, isn't he, surely? Yeah, he does. So yeah, Auto comes out 4.4 seconds ahead of Pasty. Pasty there. Still in 11th there, trying to fight his way. Trying to get his way back into the race, or work his way back into the race. I don't think he's going to have to pit again, or will he? He may or may not have to pit again. If he plays it right, I think he's going to try and take them tyres and fuel to the end of the race. And that may pay off for him, because I think some of the guys up ahead are still yet to pit. So we've got Auto, has come out on a fresh set of softs. He's definitely got more fuel in that tank as well. He started pulling it away from Pasty. Oh, Skyline? What happened to Skyline? So just like Skyline is retired. What happened to Skyline was in... there hasn't been contact between... I'm not sure. I can't speculate, can we? We didn't see anything. But yeah, only 10 laps to go. Iggy with a big twitch there. I think he just picked up a little bit more grass than he would have liked and managed to save it. But yeah, big twitch there from Iggy as we went on board. 15.1 seconds though is the lead over the rest of the field. He will surely pit once again. Sobolewski still there in 2nd place. His teammate though, oh, that's heartbreaking for Skyline. Not sure what happened to Skyline. In fact, I don't think he was clear. There must have been, I think maybe Skyline had a DC or something. I'm not too sure. But Perry now in 3rd place by default. He's got his work cut out to try and challenge 2nd and 1st, but he's come all the way from the back, so you never know. Perhaps Iggy's been showing him how to bend the time-space continuum. So Rotikos 27 seconds now off the back of the top 3, but he's favoured an undercut here in this final stages. I don't think he's going to be close enough to get the undercut to work properly. But he's going to come out, well, they're going to come out just ahead of him. I think they're going to be only a few seconds ahead. Perhaps around the gap we saw between Auto and Alvarez, I think it was. Or was it? No, it was Pasty, wasn't it? Alvarez and Pasty. Auto and Pasty. So yeah, Eroticos has got his work cut out, but as I say, the top three are still yet to pit. I believe they will still, yeah, Sobolewski is now in. I think he's going to go in the next lap or two as well. Perry will surely follow. Scott. What in the world is going on with the lobby? Not sure what happened there with Scotty. Scotty there in 5th place. Patch in 6th, 1 second off the back of Scotty. Pung there 7th. So Auto now onto the back of Pung. Auto on a fresh set of softs. Pung has pit. He's on a fresh set of mediums. Can Auto make these softs work in his favour? How many more positions is Auto going to be able to make up? We'll have to wait and see. So Sobolewski has gone into the pits. I think he's come out, and he's come out in 3rd place. Scotty is now into the pits. He drops down to 8th place as Pung and Auto move through. Is Auto going to be able to... I think he is, isn't he? Closes right up onto Pung there. It's definitely the grip advantage, isn't it, of them softs. I think he's just biding his time at the moment, trying to keep it consistent, and I think we are going to see the move come. I think he's probably eyeing up Big Banky Boy. He's going to try and stay close throughout the lap. We'll have to come back here. This could be a good finish for Auto. So Hollywood now in 8th place, 5.5 seconds off the back of Auto, but he's got a 4.6 second lead over Pasty, who's now up to 9th place. But is Pasty going to be able to finish the race on that? I don't think he is. I think he's going to have to do a splash and a dash, so maybe not having to change the tyres, but he's definitely going to have to put some fuel in that car. I think maybe, I don't think he fully filled the car, did he? I think maybe if he went for a full tank, he may not have had to pit, and he could be looking to make up a few more positions. So Iggy and Perry now go into the pits. Iggy will surely come back out in 1st place, and he does. So Alvarez looking for the move on Scotty. He's going to try and go the long way round. Scotty covers the inside. Going to try and get a better exit here. And it looks like he has closed slightly. And obviously we lost Fluffy Butt and we've lost Skyline in this race. And Burnsy Poo now 24.1 seconds off the back of the field. Pumpkin Patch enters the pits. Where will he come out? He's going to drop down the order. Will he come out ahead of Scotty? No, so he drops behind Scotty, behind Alvarez. In fact, coming out just ahead of Alvarez there. Comes out between Scotty and Alvarez. Splits them two drivers. So Pasty with 7 laps to go. He's surely going to have to pit for fuel. Without a shadow of a doubt. What laps are going to be though? How long is he going to try and string this stint out for? So Pung now 2.8 seconds off the back of Hollywood. Auto is now up to 5th place. But he has got 11.8 second gap to try and close to get onto the back of Eroticos in 4th. Having a brilliant race though tonight, isn't he? Is Auto. He's looking good at the moment, definitely for the top 5. He may still be able to close up to Eroticos if he puts in fast times. He's actually done a 54.9. Lap 25, or was that an in lap? That may have been an in or an out lap for the 54.9, but he's done a 55 there. So yeah, he's definitely been no slouch in this race. And it does look like he is chipping away slowly at that gap up ahead to Eroticos. Eroticos now on fresh mediums. Pasty now finally into the pits. That is going to hurt him though, isn't it? I think that late pit stop. But it may turn in his favour if he does chuck on a fresh set of softs. They will surely come into their window and, yeah, help him out a little bit. Thought we saw a bit of a slidey Eroticos there. So Perry has made his way through from the back of the grid up into 3rd place. 12 seconds now off the back of Sobolewski. Sobolewski, he's picked up a penalty somewhere. Not sure he picked that up. It's a whole second as well. He's definitely having a bit of a lonely race at the moment. He's got 14.3 seconds up ahead to Iggy and 12 seconds buffer to Perry behind. And as you can see on the track map there, on the top right, there is definitely some, there's not really any battles, so to speak, going on at the moment. This is where it does become a little bit stagnant. We'll have a quick rundown. So, obviously, Iggy's still in the lead of the race. He's putting on an absolute show at the moment, is Iggy. Absolutely cracking the strategy. He managed to pull off that magical pit window and, yeah, he pit and came back out in 1st place, which is what everybody strives to do. So lap 29 of 35. So, yeah, Iggy 1st place. Sobolewski is still in 2nd there. We've got Perry in 3rd. Those are the top 3. We've got Rotikos 4th. Auto is 5th. We have Hollywood in 6th. Pung is 7th. Scotty is in 8th. We have Patch in 9th. Alvarez is 10th. We got Pasty in 11th place now. So Pasty re-emerges in 11th. He has got a fresh set of softs, so can he close that gap to Alvarez up ahead? He's chipping away already. I think he can definitely make up a few more positions. He's just got to get his head down. And Burnsy Poo, I'm not sure what's happened to Burnsy Poo. He had a decent race opener, didn't he? He's definitely made up a few positions, but he's definitely lost that pace somewhere. He's just put in a personal best lap there, a 55.9. I think maybe having a couple of moments in that Porsche. But look at Iggy now. Iggy just walking away with it. He's got 17 point. Yeah, Sobolewski must have had. Yeah, I think he's having a few moments here in the dying stages of this race. He needs to keep it together though, if he wants to keep that 2nd place over Perry. Perry has started closing now. It was like around 12 seconds, I think, wasn't it, for Perry? It's now 8.8. And Iggy has just set the fastest lap of 53.881. He had a 53 earlier on in the race as well. Oh, and Perry goes in with a 53.848. So Perry just snags away the fastest lap there from his teammate. "18 seconds is now the lead," or it was momentarily. So let's focus on Sobolewski for a minute, see how he's doing. So he's done so well through this race. Really giving Iggy a run for his money in the early stages. He was really putting the pressure on, actually. Iggy was unable to break away from him for such a long time, for so many laps, but then I think it was when the pit stops came, that was when the gap started to form. In fact, we saw Sobolewski have a moment, didn't he? He managed to pull that gap down to around 4 or 3 tenths behind Iggy And then I think maybe having just a slight moment in the dirty air, he ran a little bit deep and the gap opened up to around 2.4 seconds. And then obviously after the first pit stop, it went up to around 4.5, I think it was. Then we saw the battle between Sobolewski and Snipes' teammate. We didn't actually see the battle. We saw both of them swap positions a few times. Yeah, just having a bit of fun out there in second and third. Then obviously Skyline, ended up DCing. Not too sure what happened there. Not sure if it was a disconnect or retirement. Not too sure. We had Fluffy Butt retire as well. Perry's managed to make his way from the back of the grid all the way to the front now. He's actually done the fastest lap as well on lap 31, which is a 53.848, a 1 minute 53.848. He's still chipping into that gap up ahead to Sobolewski, but on lap 31 of 35, he's going to have to be putting in some special laps, isn't he? In fact, his last so from lap 27 to lap 30, he's done 154s, and then obviously lap 31 was a 53. So he is actually really starting to push that Mazda RX Vision now. And that gap now down to 6.7 seconds, so you never know. We could see a fight on Sobolewski's hands for that second place. See if we can see any more battles on the field. I don't think we... Oh, no, it looks like maybe a little battle forming a little bit further back. So, Royko's still there in fourth. Ration sitting pretty at the moment. He's not going to close that gap to Royko's, I don't think, not now. But he should be able to keep that gap consistent to Hollywood behind in sixth place. So, Auto looking good at the moment for a top 5 finish. Hollywood will round out the top 6. Because he's got a nice 13-second lead now over Scotty there in 7th place. I think it was Scotty and Pung. I think that was who I could see. Yeah, the gap is... That is the closest gap on track. So Iggy. Iggy is now into the pits. Why has Iggy gone into the pits? He's going to lose that position. No, so he comes out ahead of Sobolewski, but Sobolewski is going to close that gap. Pasty is still in 10th place, 14 seconds off the back of Patch. Still being pressured by Alvarez though. Alvarez only 7 tenths behind him. And Burns Pugh has closed that gap now, 8.8 seconds now to Alvarez. But what is that gap now between Iggy and Sobolewski? So Iggy now on a fresh set of softs.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, Iggy's running away with it. That's all right, John. No worries, buddy. Yeah, so Pasty up into the top 10 now. But he's still got to try and fend off Alvarez. Alvarez still looking pretty quick at the moment, even though he's on very worn mediums. But yeah, Iggy went for a very late pit stop. I didn't expect Iggy to do that. I did speculate, I think, that he may have done. But yeah, again, getting in and out, still in first place. He came out 2.5 seconds ahead of Sobolewski, so that gap did close down quite substantially. But Sobolewski on very worn softs now. He's only got half of them tyres left. However, he has managed to chip in a couple of attempts into that gap up ahead. Whereas Iggy maybe playing with him a little bit. We'll have to wait and see. So Perry had started closing as well up to Sobolewski, but he's managed to find a 1 second penalty, which is going to dampen his efforts somewhat. But it's not going to, well, it's not going to put any fear into him. He's still got a 15.9 second lead over Royko's, back in 4th place. But Rotikov's also having a very good race. That's going to be a decent finish there for him. So, in fact, I think Rotikov is, Sobolewski's teammate. So, if Sobolewski and Skyline had finished on the podium. And obviously Eroticos in 4th place. That would have been some very, very good points for them guys. Is it the Aero GT guys? I can't quite remember the team liveries. I think it might be the Aero GT guys. And then Auto, give it up for Auto. He's had an absolutely cracking race this evening as well. Managed to find his way up into 5th place. It looks like it may be where he finishes as well. We're on lap 33 of 35 now. But I think the only other dude that I've seen really drive that Renault and drive it fast like Auto is Viking. Viking was very, very quick in the Renault. So yeah, Auto he's doing a stellar job at the moment. Hollywood looking like he was going to start closing that gap, but look at his front tyres. His front tyres are almost dead. He's going to be getting some very heavy understeer from that GR Supra. So yeah, the gaps have settled down now. I think this was the closest one before between Pung and Scotty. Oh, and as I say that, it looks like Pung starting to try and maybe make something happen. He started to close that gap by a 10th or 2, or he had at least. I think them lads fairly on par with pace at the moment, so this could be how it ends. Yeah, we've got some very noticeable gaps now on the field. So we've got Pumpkin Patch there, or Patch, sorry, in 9th place. 4.7 seconds behind Pung, but he's got a 17.6 second lead now over Pasty in 10th. And I'm worried about Pasty. I'm worried if he's underestimated how much fuel he needs to get him to the end of this race, because we're on lap 33 of 35 and his fuel indicator is flashing already. Let's hope that's not bad omens for Pasty. Come on, Pasty. He's now got a 4-second lead over Alvarez, so he's managed to break the toe of Alvarez. He was towing him along before, wasn't he? But yeah, he's got a bit of breathing space now, so he hasn't got to worry about that, but that fuel could be an issue. And in fact, Alvarez as well. Alvarez on very, very low fuel indeed as well. So maybe Burnsy Poo, yeah, he's definitely got enough for a few more laps. So perhaps them guys guessing it just right, but I'm not too sure. I think we may see a couple of guys run out of fuel maybe towards the end of this race. So Iggy steals back the fastest lap on lap 33 with a 53.830. And he starts his final lap, still in the lead of the race, still with a 4-second gap over Sobolewski. Sobolewski unable to close that gap in this dying stages. And looking at the gaps there, that may be your top 3. That may be how it finishes, unless one of these guys has a serious error somewhere. I think we're going to have Iggy finishing in 1st place, Sobolewski 2nd, Perry in 3rd. And it looks like everybody else has settled into their respective positions now as well. There's definite gaps. I think the only fight we may see towards the... Oh, Scotty's actually closed the gap. Oh no, I think Hollywood's managed to get it the past. Oh, he's lost that position. Scotty moves up to 7th there. People going into the pits in the very last minute. I knew it. I said it, didn't I? Some people not taking on enough fuel. Hollywood obviously saw that at the end there, realised he didn't have enough fuel to take him to the end of the race, had to dive into the pits. Who else has gone in? Has Pasty? Is he going to try and stay out? Yeah, has he stayed out? Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens, lads. Definitely going to be an interesting one. So Iggy now in the final sector for the final time of this race, of this esports series. comes around the final turn. And he is going to take the checkered flag and the win here in this race. GG's Iggy, well done, mate. That was an absolutely cracking masterclass there. Sobolewski finishes in second place. GG Sobolewski, you did so well, dude. Perry, oh my God, Perry. GG's, buddy. Coming from the back all the way into third place. That was your top three there. And they finished 17 seconds ahead of the rest of the field. Eroticos now coming through the final turn. GG's Eroticos. He had a cracking race as well, didn't he, Eroticos? Give it up for him. He's going to finish in fourth place. And Auto, go on Auto. Auto rounds out the top five. Very good race there for Auto. GG's, buddy. He finishes in fifth. And then Pung. Pung rounds out the top six. GG Pung. Scotty comes home in seventh in the end. Patch will be eighth. Hollywood dropped right off at the end there, didn't he? Oh, he had to go in for the fuel though, didn't he? Yes, Hollywood had to pit late for a splash and dash. Finishes in ninth place. Go on, Hollywood. Pasty. Is he going to run out of fuel? He's on fumes. He's going to lose that position. He might lose it to Burnsy Poo. But no, he finishes in 10th place there on fumes. Burnsy Poo in 11th. GG's Pasty. GG's Burnsy Poo. Alvarez has, however, run out of fuel. I knew somebody was going to. Alvarez. It was going to be Pasty or Alvarez. Pasty, obviously, he must have judged that fuel to the milligram or to the milliliter of fuel there. Definitely running on fumes. Alvarez went for it, and as you can see, didn't quite pay off for him. He's now creeping through the final sector. He's going to round out the field in 12th place. Obviously, we had the two D-Diesel retirements of Fluffy Butt and Skyline, which was so unfortunate for both drivers. Skyline obviously sat in third place for so long. I'm not sure. Yeah, as I say, not sure what happened there. So here we go. Alvarez limps that McLaren around the final turn. He's having a bit of a victory lap, isn't he? Or a, what do you call it, lap? Spectator lap. What are you doing, dude? Go to the finish line. And he pulls into the pits and finishes in the pits. GG's Alvarez. What a mate. Well, that was round 6, guys, of the Aero League Racing's Esports series. We'll have a quick rundown once again. So Iggy, he finished in first place. We had Sobolewski in second, Perry third, Eroticos in fourth, Auto in fifth. We had Pung in sixth, Scotty in seventh, Patch in eighth. Hollywood was ninth. We had Pasty in 10th, Burnsy Poo 11th, Alvarez in 12th, Fluffy Butt 13th, and Skyline 14th. Obviously, Fluffy Butt and Skyline both DNF'd. Well, that was it, guys, for this week. I hope you enjoyed that one, and I hope all you guys that watched. I'm going to go and watch the Lobby A race now, I think, as well. See what the outcome was of that. But yeah, thank you for obviously for coming along, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the season, and obviously we'll see you tomorrow night for the GT7 Championship Tier 1. I've been your boy Vex. This has been the Aero League Racing's Esports Series. Good night.